Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, I'm gonna show you one of my little side projects. So this is another experiment I did using Grease Pencil and Sverchok. Basically, was inspired by this video lecture by Ken Perlin. I think he made this kind of little program in Java or JavaScript. I think it's probably Java program that's allows users to do a little bit of doodles, and with that doodles, um, the program seems to recognize the strokes, and then it's kind of giving kind of a results to the user, and then that's kind of almost like magical. So I have this setup using Sverchok. This is actually not that particularly complex, but um, the results see if I'm just drawing like a big circle or like a small circle, just like just two circle, and then I do the convert Grease Pencil to Bezier curve, and then turn off link strokes, and then update. I get this kind of like glasses. Although this one is kind of too close together, I think there's a a problem with reading these strokes. It doesn't really match. I can easily draw it again. So view, front view. So two circle, and I know this setup I did in Sverchok, basically waiting for exactly two circle, and it will draw. It will make something based on that. If I'm not wrong, we can still go to the circle and then make a little bit of tweak or adjustment. So the scaling is still one of the issue, and then of course the way this circle connects with the other guy. This is not perfect, of course, but you can kind of get the idea. So basically, what I did inside Sverchok, if I kind of show it to you, this one, of course, GP layer, it gets the curve, right? Two circle, you can make anything that's based on the two circle informations that the user gives. If you want it to be more accurate, you kind of measure the bounding box, and then kind of you find out the distance and proportions and kind of draw the glasses. In this case, I think I did it pretty roughly, so I just separate those two circle, and then what I did next is kind of doing interpolations. Let's see, range float interpolation. So I did kind of interpolating the curve, simplifying the curve, and then UV connect, find the center of these two circle, and get the area, and then I have some kind of multiplier here. So this is kind of very rough. So see, they're still connected, and you can make like a little bit of tweak, but yeah, it's a silly looking glasses. You can also make probably bicycle or motorbike, whatever, just based on those two circle. And then of course I generate a real circle here. So how many vertices we want, you kind of get the idea. Oh, how I did it. I basically, after I create the circle, of course it's for the rest of things, it's just simply by generating the thing that's connecting the two glasses. I think one of this that's outputting the actual glasses, and then matrix apply list item. What is this? Vector sort distance. I haven't looked at this for a while. Distance. Oh, okay, I know what I'm doing here. So basically this is the way I kind of try to find out where the point is. If I ask like a user to create two circle, right? And then inside Sverchok, I try to find like the minimum and the maximum points of this object. So I did like sorting in this case, but there is another method basically to find out Once you get these points, it's as easy as connecting these points. Like if you want to connect the glasses that way or another way, you know, it's pretty easy. And then with these points you can just pull it out, you know, to make the glasses. It should be actually should be that simple. Shouldn't be too hard. So that's what I did here. Vector sort and then blah blah blah, etc etc. This part is a little bit, just a little bit complicated, but there must be like another way to do this. We have this part of the glasses coming out, so that's one of the, what do you call it, the handle or the arms of the glasses. So basically just designing some kind of functions to draw this side handles and then the middle part. You can be more clever about this, of course, but the main idea is for user to give some kind of input using Grease Pencil, and then if they want, you know, make adjustment or tweak, they can still do that, no problem, you know. And maybe rescale this. I don't know if I can rotate this. Maybe rotating not quite working. Oh, actually it works. Interesting. I didn't actually realize that I can do that. See, and then this part. What else? Let's stop the playback, and then maybe we can pull this a little bit. No, what is this doing? Scalar? No. Step. Oh, okay. See that thing is kind of pulling the handle. So I have to tell you that this is not perfect. This is just like I'm using like a sine function or something just to get that kind of a curve. In reality, you want to be able to control that kind of design, you know, that kind of structure. Procedurally, how do you make this, you know? You try to think each part and then combine them together. So simply by two circle, you connect them and then you get that. But that's basically the idea, and then you do the same for the other side. And what is this? What is this part? That's the connecting bits. And I'm actually using Sverchok skin modifier a lot here. You might notice that this guy is just all like separate skin modifier. It's very powerful, I have to tell you, you know. Just draw something and then this thing can become like a real object, and then you can just turn it into anything, maybe worms or even caterpillar. Caterpillar is an interesting character to design. Even if you're like designing a simple character like caterpillar with a head and then a tail, and then you design the way it moves, this can get really complicated. Every movement, every details movement is not actually, it's not easy. Once you design it, okay, it moves like a real character, but can you add more to it? Just make like, can you animate the character even better? But that's for another story. Anyway, this is how I create the glasses, you know. Once I update it, Sverchok will put it back. Yeah, although it's very simplistic, but I think it's quite fun to make. And I'm gonna give you this glasses notes tree. I'm gonna save it out, and this is Sverchok glasses simple. At some point, maybe someone decided, okay, I wanna make like some kind of bike just by drawing this thing. Maybe you can do that, you know, just, and then it will generate all this stuff for you, and then this part, and then this part, and then the bike handle maybe, and the chair, and then that is cool, you know, like a procedural. If you can design this, definitely. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this live noding video. It's quite simple. It's a side track project. I wish to make more of this more often in the future. So hopefully you find this interesting and useful, and let me know down below what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.